Hi, I'm Leona from S&S and today we're going to do some silk painting. We are going to use the new Marabou silk paints with the Contour and Effects outline. So the Contour and Effects outline come in gold, silver, black and clear. The gold, silver and black will stay on your silk as an outline, but the clear can actually be washed out. I've already pre-prepared a piece of silk here which is on a hoop, so you actually have to have it raised off the table so nothing touches underneath. So you can use this system or you can put some silk into an embroidery hoop. I've decanted some of the gold into a small plastic bottle just so I've got a very small nozzle to draw with. So just starting to fill up these. I'll just draw a little bit more, just holding on. You don't really have to squeeze it much. You can use a brush, or I'm just finding this bottle quite good. So it's quite nice and fluid, draws nice and easy onto the silk. When you're doing this, oops, a bit of a blob, make sure when you're coming to the edge here, if you don't want it to bleed, you go right around to the bottom of the edge. Otherwise you'll find that the colours will actually merge. So you have to leave that to dry for a while. So when it's dry, we'll just move that to the side and we'll start with the newer one. It's already started. So I'm just balancing on this container. So I've started this already just so you can see. So these inks are quite lovely, the silk paints. So that's just off the container. So I'm just carefully painting the silk paint on. Now once you've put one layer on, you might think, oh, I want it a little bit darker, so you can come back into it when it's dry and use a little bit more. I'm going to show you with the pink. So I've gone over these a couple of times. This is just the one coat, and I'll do another coat there. It just glides across the silk. It's quite easy to use. But if I wanted that a little bit darker, then you'd come back into it and put a second coat on. As a background, you can use a couple of different techniques. So on the bottom here, I'm just going to use the blue directly, and I'm going to put the salt on it. So while that's nice and wet, you just sprinkle some of the salt straight onto the silk. The salt will absorb the ink, or it draws the ink towards it, and it'll give you a really lovely speckle type effect. You can water the paints down just to get us a lighter colour if you wish. And you can have them quite faint. As you can see, this is bled through, so that was when I said before, make sure you contain the whole area with your Gouter. So I'm just doing a nice pale sort of background. Let's try to move that out a bit. So you can make the colour quite strong or quite weak. You just keep on either adding a little bit of water or just a lot more colour. When this is completely finished, you just can heat fix it with an iron, and then it will be fully washable. So this is where you can make it a little bit lighter colour just by mixing it with a small amount of water and reducing it. It's nice and quick to fill in. And then the last one, we'll just add a little bit with the green. Now, as I said before, if you're not happy and you want the colours to be a little bit stronger, just come back over and repaint for a second time. Maybe you can just keep blending colours as well. And I'll go back onto the magenta again and just do a second coat on that petal. So that's complete. So when that is completely dry, I'll sprinkle off the salt and you'll get that really lovely speckled effect. There's one dry here that's actually got a lovely speckled effect with the salt. So you can use rock salt or you can use normal table salt just to get the different textures. And that's the silk painting with the Marabou silk paints. Thank you.